It's your boy, Coach Defense here. Thanking you for supporting the channel. Become a Lockdown Defender by hitting that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. And if you're enjoying your time, hit that like button. Help us grow in the community. Now check out our latest video. Leave a comment. And as always, you got to step up to lock it down. All right, Coach Kirk. Let's get in our bag here. Let's talk about some things as we move on. So let's get into a little bit of trouble. Let's start some trouble here. You know the Niners fans love us, right? Some of them love us. They love to listen to us. Some love to hate us. But you know, we're here today for an intervention. We're here today to talk about Brandon Aiyuk.
Dearly beloved, we're gathered here today.
Yes. Tell him, Pastor. Tell him, preacher. Tell him, preacher. We're here to talk about Brandon Aiyuk. Let's tell the truth about Brandon Aiyuk today. Brandon Aiyuk recently, in his latest talks, as contract things have broken down, news that have come out today that they haven't spoken about his contract since May, has formally requested a trade. I think based on our last segment that we called this, didn't we? I think that we both said that it was going to come down to him wanting to be or will be traded, right? I think we both said that.
Yeah.
So with this latest headline, please tell the people what you think about this, and will he play at all for the Niners this season?
Will he play for the 49ers this season? It's a great thought as we sit here and ponder it. You got a better chance of buying prime oceanfront property in Wyoming than Aiyuk playing for the 49ers this season. Aiyuk, the more and more I've listened to Aiyuk, he definitely comes off as a player that once he's made his mind up and he's dug his feet in, it's no going back. He would be the epitome of burn the boats. Right? Get to shore, burn the boats. Either I'm going to die on this island or I'm taking it. If you pay attention to the Pivot podcast, if you pay attention to his interviews, it was a swing moment there where it was a possibility that he didn't feel slighted. You know, Ricky.
Listen, listen. You talking to two movie buffs here. At least when it comes to black movies. Okay, so that line is easy. That's easy for us. We already know that's what good. That's all. But Bristol actually tore his hamstring in OTA, so he's on the list right now. Ironically, but I'm gonna get to that though. Yeah,
and Aiyuk is sitting there laughing.
Yeah,
you know, he's sitting there laughing. But Aiyuk is a player. When you listen to his podcast, when you listen to what he said, he is petty cryptic. Right? Dope. He's petty cryptic. He's cryptic, but it's pettiness wrapped inside of it. It's a great package, right? It's a great wrapping. Pause. It's a beautiful present, but when you open a present, it's none but bricks inside of it.
Right.
And that's what it is. But if you paid attention, like I said, if you've listened to him, and the reason why I say there was a swing moment there, I think the true turning point was pre him finding out they was going to trade him.
Oh, the draft. You're talking about doing the draft.
Yeah.
Okay.
When that dropped, and he dropped that, I don't know if it was a tweet or an Instagram post where he said, I thought they weren't trying to trade me.
Right.
All bets were off.
Yeah.
All bets were off then. It went into full, I am going to be a disruption. Right? Because next thing you know, if people are not aware, his quarterback, his former college quarterback, is in Washington.
That is.
Right. And so next thing you know, there's pettiness popping up with, could I see myself in Washington and things like that. But really, I think this is the side of, I thought they cared about me more. I thought that my hard work I thought that my showing up, I thought that the time that I put in at the facility and on the field and helping the team and quote unquote being a team player would pay off with them respecting me enough to pay me what I'm worth, right? Or what he feels he's worth.
Mm-hmm.
And so when he's looking at other receivers and then he's rating where he is and what he's done and what he's doing and what he's projected, and he's looking around and he's like, well, you should pay me. And I think this is the, you see players hit that, oh, this is a business moment. And I think he's went from, I'm playing the love of the game to, oh, this is a business. And they really don't care, right? And I think the Niners too, in seeing that, I think the Niners have dug their feet in too. And whenever a player and a team both have dug their feet in, they're no longer listening to them, to each other, negotiate for what's possible from a win-win perspective. And so with that being said, I don't see Brandon. I think his feelings, his emotions are so tied into this situation. And that's why when talking, I said this is Saquon 2.0, because we saw what happened where Saquon felt slighted, where he felt undervalued, where he felt all his hard work was thrown to the wayside. And I think Brandon, looking at the situation, I'm going to use a line from Jay-Z. If you think you made me, make another me.
Yeah.
And I think that's where he is.
It's saying they made Hove. Say, well, okay, make another Hove. That's
it. Yeah. And again, when looking at the draft, you know, some players is like quarterback, Aaron Rodgers. You drafted my replacement, so the writing's on the wall. You know, you haven't extended me. Mm-hmm. We haven't talked and negotiated in months. And then you turn around and draft a receiver in the higher rounds.
Oh, no, not the highest round.
The highest, you know. So that's telling me all I need to know about what you think about me. So I'm not picking up your phone calls. I'm not coming to the facility. Don't ask me to come to any team events. And on social media, I'm archiving or deleting anything that has to do with you. And you know it gets real when it goes to social media deletions.
This day and age, that's definitely the writing on the wall right there.
Yeah. And the thing is, too, in that draft class, there were some hella receivers in Brandon Aiyuk's draft class.
Justin Jefferson and CeeDee Lamb, just to name a few outside of him. So yeah,
think about that.
Yeah, how about
Justin Jefferson, he saw get paid.
Yep.
CeeDee Lamb, he's seeing hold out.
Yep.
And then when he looks at stats against them, it ain't like he
ain't chopped liver now.
He ain't chopped liver, right? He's improved every year, and he's like, wait a minute, you clearly see I have a rapport with Purdy. So some of Purdy's success, he ain't throwing to himself.
Hello.
So, yeah.
So this is where I'm at with it. You know, some of us in life deal with a significant other, right? And want to be involved so badly, we ignore the signs that she isn't for you, right? She isn't right for you. At some point, however, it's just too obvious that she doesn't want you, and you got to move on. That's what I feel like when it happens with the Niners and the Aiyuk's relationship. When a girl prioritizes everything and everybody else over you, I think that's a clear sign that she doesn't value you. Right?
Yeah. I feel like we should start playing Boys and Men right now. So hard to say goodbye.
Right. That's a good one. That was a good one. You know, it's time to find somebody that does value you, Brandon. You did. Yeah. Brandon Aiyuk is an unwanted boyfriend right now.
Ooh.
The Niners
he's a side piece. I
mean, he's supposed to be he entitled, he's the main guy.
Yeah.
But everything else around him is a priority.
Yeah.
The Niners took care of CMC. They took care of Bosa.
Yeah.
You know they're going to take care of Purdy when the time comes, so long as Shanahan is there. We already know this.
Took care of Kittle.
Right. Took care of Kittle. Took care of Fred Warner. Took care of Trent Williams. Matter of fact, they even drafted or moved the dude into your place and made it seem like he's just a friend and drafted Ricky Pearsall in the first round.
Come on. If that ain't disrespect.
I'm saying. You draft them and move them in and say, oh, he's just a friend. He helping with the rent.
Yeah.
I mean,
why is he in my bedroom then?
Hello. Why are you spooning with us when we watching Netflix?
Does he have my robe on? He got my Tony the Tiger bowl. That's disrespectful.
Oh, it is. You know, you must have a stereo bowl down. Now we got to fight. He wear your clothes. You know, the stuff she bought you, he wears it. You know?
Yeah. He getting served first at the dinner. He's like, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
He's getting the big piece of chicken. You come home late for they already eating.
Yeah. You got a bologna sandwich. Nada had a damn 5-course meal.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So when you question that, and you're like, okay, he's only a friend, we just need to place to stay for a while. He's just a friend, but everything around you says, that, she's cheating and her ass is bold enough to move the dude in. You should feel threatened. I know I would. You should feel threatened at that point when they draft in the first round another bona fide receiver. On top of the fact that I didn't mention they took care of Juwan Jennings as well, who was their third receiver. Took care of him too. So the Niners front office are trying to use Aiyuk, for rent money until 2024 until the lease is up.
Yeah.
And if I'm him, I'm trying to move out and find a way or out of the before they, the time expires. I'm trying to get out of there and trying to get somewhere I know my talents are going to be useful.
Now think about that. How disrespectful is that? That you take care of Debo.
Yep.
You skip me.
Yep.
And you jump to Jennings.
Right. And then you draft Pearsall. So what did they tell you?
This is an orgy that I didn't sign up for.
Listen, and you in the corner. You're the cuck. You're the cuck, and people know what that means.
Yeah.
You're not involved, sir.
Yeah. You ain't gonna make me watch this.
You're gonna sit in the corner like it's what she's telling you. So it's time to get out there. That's what we're trying to tell you.
Yeah.
The question is because his name is on the lease. So he's trying to find a way out of there and get out of the lease before it gets bad, right? And the Niners not trying to let him out of the lease as a peace offering. That's the problem.
At all.
So the Niners, they're playing hardball, like we said. They say they're not trading them, which means to me that they're trying to fleece the market and make people think that they got to come to the table with a grandiose offer that's so high that nobody would say no before they decide to trade him. I think that's what it really means. I think they're playing hardball. They're trying to say that we're not trading him, we will value him, we love him, trying to make his value seem high, make it seem like that you got to be out of this world with a deal in order for us to move him. I think they're just trying to drive the price up. That's what I think they're trying to do.
Yeah.
For my money. I think that's all industry talk. I think that's
we
really
won't pay you, but
right.
we'll ask for a king's ransom.
Exactly. So, with the market, going up, from a receiver perspective, that's factoring into this as well. But, but for all parties, for the sake of all parties involved, they should do something that benefits the team and Brandon, in his own right. If you think, he's coming to work and he's not going to be a distraction because he's unhappy, you got another thing coming.
Mm-hmm.
You really do.
Mm-hmm.
Because let's be real here. He's the one at risk. If he gets severely hurt in the last year of his rookie deal, he's never going to get paid.
Right.
Never going to get paid. So now just act like they just want to go all in with these weapons to win the Super Bowl, but Aiyuk is thinking about his future.
Yes.
So what will prevail is the question. For my money, I say you just trade him somewhere and recoup at least a draft pick worthy of you drafting his replacement in the next draft and move on.
Mm-hmm.
Because let's be honest, you don't have the ability to pay him. You have no real money to pay him in the next 2 years. And Brock Purdy's contract is going to be up at that point. So if you try to retain him, and from a Niners fan perspective, let me say this to y'all. If you want to retain him, would you rather have Brandon Aiyuk and have to sacrifice a combination of Trent Williams, Fred Warner, Deebo Samuel, and George Kittle to be able to sign Aiyuk, or keep all those guys, trade him, find his replacement, and allow him to go off and get paid and be the number one receiver somewhere else? So again, the solution here is simple. Trade him, recoup a pick for his replacement, and go to work as normal. Because let's be honest, you are great on paper, even with or without him. We got Pearsall, you got Jennings, you got Debo, CMC, Kittle. I mean, and if let's say hypothetically you recoup a number 3 or 4 receiver on the roster that you trade for a draft pick and a player, you replace them with a receiver that can play if somebody gets hurt.
Yep.
So all signs point to there's no way impossible without sacrificing more than you want to resign Brandon Aiyuk for anywhere short of $25 to $30 million a year. It's just not in the cards. It's just not in the cards. You got someone have to give, because salary cap is a real thing. You can manipulate it as much as you want to, but the annual value that he wants to be touted as, you don't have the ability to pay him for that.
No.
So
and now he's in a position where he's going to push the envelope.
Yeah. So that's where it lands. Again, you know, he's the unwanted boyfriend, and you're paying everybody else attention besides me, and you're not cooking for me no more. You know, you do all these things, and you know, my name's on the list. That's the only reason I'm here.
Right.
The only reason I'm here still. So I don't think it ends, you know, gloriously. You know, I hate to break it to our Niners fans out there, but I don't think it ends gloriously. And the idea of you keeping Brandon Aiyuk as your pseudo number 1 receiver.
Right.
So we'll see how things go, but I think it ends in him getting traded.
Yeah.
All right.